Your state government begins anti-open defecation enforcement along the Beja area of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Nigeria Hydrological Agency warns public over rising water levels at River Niger. On the foreign scene, flood kills 13 persons in Bangladesh. In sport, federal government announces upward review of bonuses for Paralympic athletes. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lagos State's government has vowed to commence prosecution of individuals who engage in open defecation, particularly along the Beja Expressway, as sanitation operatives cleaned the feces that littered the median of the expressway. Speaking during an advocacy campaign ahead enforcement activities, Permanent Secretary, Office of Environmental Services, Gaji Mobolaji, said the enforcement would prevent the spread of communicable diseases like cholera and diarrhea in the state. Gaji, who was accompanied by the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Transportation, Olawale Musa, and other directors of the two ministries, said the enforcement team comprising the Anti-Open Defecation Squad, Kick Against Indiscipline, KAI, and other enforcement agencies would commence operation immediately after the advocacy and sensitization campaign. He maintained that anyone caught will face the full wrath of the law, with hope that it will serve as a deterrent to others and ensure that the fight against open defecation is sustained. Gaji urged all residents to join hands with the government to ensure a cleaner, healthier, and sustainable environment by instilling a culture of cleanliness which will be beneficial to present and future generations. Lagos State Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Folashade Ambrose Medebem, has commended the Chinese Consulate General, Lagos, and Lekki Free Zone Development Company for initiating a new Information Communication Technology ICT Center for the Community Senior Secondary School, Akodo, Ibeju, Lekki, Lagos. Ambrose Medebem gave the commendation at the groundbreaking ceremony of the new ICT Center. According to her, the project exemplified the commencement of Chinese government and enterprises to corporate social responsibility, making them socially responsible in their operations by providing positive social value. She said that the project will not only complement the effort of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration at promoting ICT knowledge in the state, but as well align with the state's position at collaborating with the private sector to advance the course of development of Lagos. The Minister of State for Public Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, has announced that the federal government is committed to fostering an open and transparent dialogue between the Ministry of Police Affairs and citizens to enhance security through community policing. Suleiman Ibrahim stated this in Umahia, Abia State, during the citizens' town hall engagement on strengthening community policing in Nigeria under the Renewed Hope Police Agenda. She said the town hall meeting with the theme Community Policing, Building a Safer Nigeria Together is expected to provide a platform for direct engagement between the ministry on one side and the citizens and other critical policing stakeholders across the country. The minister noted that the federal government plans to reposition the Nigeria Police as a world-class police institution fit for the 21st century, not only responsive, intelligence-led, community and technologically advanced, but also excelling in maintaining public safety, upholding the rule of law, and fostering community trust through transparent and accountable practices. Now to the rest of the stories. The Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency has warned the public regarding the rise in water levels of the River Niger as of August 22. This alert comes in response to a report from the Niger Basin Authority in Niamey, Niger Republic, indicating that upstream activities in Niger and Mali have contributed to the situation. Director General NIHSA Omar Mohammed noted that the flood waters from these two countries are expected to move gradually into Nigeria through Kebbi State. Mohammed said the dam operators at Kanji and Jeba on the River Niger have been informed and are fully prepared to manage the situation. He advised state and communities along the River Niger system to be on high alert as the flood waters are anticipated to peak towards the end of August and into November. President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Justice Kudirat Kekereekun as the 23rd Chief Justice of Nigeria, pending her confirmation by the Senate. Kekereekun took the oath of office and signed the oath register this morning at the Council Chamber of the State House, Abuja. She succeeds former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Olukayode Ariwola, who assumed office on June 27, 2022, and bowed out on Thursday upon attaining the mandatory retirement age of 70 years. Kekereekun will operate in capacity until confirmation by the Senate. Kekereekun is now the second Nigeria female jurist to serve as the Chief Justice of Nigeria after Aluma Maria Mukhtar, who was the Chief Justice of Nigeria between July 2012 and November 2014. In foreign news, floods triggered by heavy rains has killed at least 13 people and affected 4.5 million people in Bangladesh. The South Asian nation of 170 million people, crisscrossed by hundreds of rivers, has witnessed frequent floods in the recent decades. According to the Global Climate Risk Index, it is among the most vulnerable countries prone to disasters and climate change. Nearly 190,000 others were taken to emergency relief shelters. In sport now, the federal government has announced an upward review of the winning bonuses for Nigeria's Paralympic athletes participating in the forthcoming 2024 Paralympic Games. Minister of Sports Development John Enos said this during an interactive session with the para-athletes in their training camp at Saarbrücken, Germany. Enos said the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games is billed for August 28 till September 8. He explained that the gesture is part of the federal government's recognition and appreciation of the sacrifices, dedication, and commitment of the athletes in striving to represent the country and make it proud in the Committee of Nations. The minister urged the athletes to see the gesture as a morale booster aimed at re-energizing the sport spirit in them, reawakening their patriotism and giving them the much-desired courage to propel them to glory. Eno emphasized the need for the athlete to do better than Team Nigeria's poor performance at the just concluded Olympic Games. That's it on the news at 4, but just before we go, slow down at roads, junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration completed the Lekki Free Trade Zone jetty and offloading platform? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government has vowed to commence the prosecution of individuals who engage in open defecation, particularly along the Berja Expressway, as sanitation operatives cleaned the feces that littered the median of the expressway. The Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency has warned the public regarding the rise in water levels of the River Niger as of August 22. We also told you that floods triggered by heavy rains has killed at least 13 people and affected 4.5 million people in Bangladesh. Finally, in sport, the federal government has announced an upward review of the winning bonuses for Nigeria's Paralympic athletes participating in the forthcoming 2024 Paralympic Games. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Zainab Adebashi. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon and welcome to the return.